Well, folks, welcome to this stream on 11 Sports of WPSL action. Way down south in South Florida, the Sunshine Conference Coconut Division. And this afternoon, we have a wonderful matchup for you between FC Prime, the home side, and visitors from Cape Coral, the Cape Coral Cyclones breezing through town. And we're about halfway through this season at this point of June. Prime going great guns, top of the division, scoring goals for fun and looking very impressive. But I did see Cape Coral in action last weekend against FC Surge. And certainly they gave a good account of themselves early on in the game and faded a little bit towards the end. See the referee making his last checks here. And we will be underway right now. If you are unfamiliar with these teams on the board at the moment, in the whites, that's going to be Cape Coral Cyclones. And in the grey jerseys, sponsored by ravads.com, free membership always. Nowhere else can you find Disney tickets cheaper. Enjoy all the savings, ravads.com. That's RAVads.com. That is a partner of FC Prime, and they're in the grey jerseys. Throw in, trying to flick that one down. And number 25 on the ball for the Cyclones, works it into the middle. A little bit of early work for the Prime defence here. And it comes out nicely into the midfield. And not a great pass. That's going to give the ball straight back to the Cyclones. Throwing over on the far side, asking quite a lot of Isabella Martinez, the fullback there. And it is a brutally hot day in South Florida. I had a little walk around the field, getting the rosters off the coaches, and it really is something else down there at pitch level. And of course, with the artificial surface of this field, that heat just seems to kick up even more. So it's going to be a matter of using those substitutions wisely for both coaches as well. Cape Coral do a decent job of maintaining possession here. Moving out to the left-hand side, can they keep that one in? They do keep it in, but they have to give it to the Prime defence. And good feet there, trying to stand up to two players, and I think it's going to go out for another throw. Comes out to Jules Johnson on the right-hand side. She can't find a pass. Another throw-in. A couple of minutes into this game, and these teams just feeling each other out so far. Looking for an option from the throws. Going to go long downfield, looking for Tordin. It doesn't get there. Johnston to Tordin. 1-2. Johnson just can't keep it in. Kira Wilson with the throw. Flicked on. And all the way back to Skylar Klein. Klein under a bit of pressure, and Prime do deal with that. Not the regular starter for Prime. Usually it's Ella Stevens in between the sticks. And today, Skylar Klein gets a turning goal. The Cyclones don't deal with this ball very well, and it's going to be Prime moving down the left-hand side, maybe. Oh, that's good battling by the number 28 for the Cyclones. And that's Ria Vlachos. Long ball forward, trying to set Johnson off on the way, but too much on that pass. The Cyclones choosing to keep possession in defence here, patiently looking for an opening downfield. Not a very energetic press at the moment from Prime, but again, given these weather conditions, I think you could hardly blame them. A good interception by Martinez there. The ball just turning over one way then the other. Neither side really stamping their authority on this game yet. And we'll have an FC Prime throw-in. Here's McCutcheon on the ball now. There's an overlap coming down the right-hand side. McCutcheon takes a couple of touches, finds Johnston. Johnston with a great ball. And right down by the corner flag. Tries to clip it in, but that's easy for the Cape Coral defence to deal with. A couple of long trips for Cape Coral these last couple of weekends. Coming over to Miami last weekend, and then just a little bit further north to Davie this weekend. So that should mean they get a nice little stint of home games coming up soon. Nice turn. Got some support as well. Moves out to the left-hand side. And nicely turned by the defences. Some McCutcheon on the ball. Looking down the line for Johnson. Johnson spins inside. She's got Torden as an option. And Morgan over on the far side looking for Morgan. Can't find the right pass. Chance for the Cyclones to break out. Ball over the top. And that one goes all the way through to Klein in goal for the home team. Bit of a miscommunication. I'm still waiting for one team to kind of make a big impression on this game, keep the ball, and maybe work out a goalkeeper. Just over 5 minutes into this game. And the referee's going to give a free kick there for that little tap on the ankles of Isabella Martinez. And Martinez takes it too quickly. I think the ball was still moving, so the referee brings that one back to be taken again. The Cyclones slip the ball through. A bit of work here for the defence to do. Klein comes out right on the edge of the area. Brave goalkeeping by Klein to dive at the feet of the attacker and smother that one before it could develop into a more dangerous situation. And great work by the Cape Coral Cyclones forward line here, and a shot, but that's an easy one for Klein. First real chance of the game. And I think the Cyclones would probably have hoped to have done a bit better with that one. And McCutcheon uses her body really well there to turn away from the pressure. Coming downfield, she's got a few options in front of her. Johnson is setting off down the right-hand side. McCutcheon still going. She misplaces the pass. That was a good opportunity for Prime. It breaks down. Hooked into the opposition half. There's no grey jersey chasing that one down. There's some room down the left for the Cyclones. Plenty of work for them to do there. Nice little drop of the shoulder. I think it's Kayla Master competing there with the number 23 for the Cyclones on the ball. McCutcheon out to Martinez. And then we come across the defence here and back to Skylar Klein. Long downfield, looking for Morgan. Morgan can't get there. And we'll have another throw. Sent into the middle of the field by the number 8 for the Cyclones. That's Kira Wilson. Great by Master. She beat everyone to that, and then she sets Morgan off on the way down towards the corner flag. Morgan will keep this in. First time cross by Morgan, looking for Master, who carried on run into the area. It's good hands from the goalkeeper for the Cyclones. Goalkeeper is Acelia Adamush, and she's been a mainstay in this Cape Coral Cyclones side for the last couple of seasons. When the Cyclones come over here to play the Miami sides, regular starter in goal for the Cyclones. Tordin dropping deep to come and get the ball. She goes to McCutcheon. McCutcheon out to Johnson. McCutcheon will get the ball back here. Dangerous moments for the Cyclones as McCutcheon looks up. She sees Morgan over on the left-hand side and goes for Morgan. Morgan stands the ball up, goes outside, looks for the cross, and that's into a defender. And Cape Coral Cyclones will clear that one downfield. Over the last couple of minutes, the home team, FC Prime, maybe just started to impose themselves on the game a little bit. FC Prime have got a couple of games this week. They've got this game here today against the Cyclones, and then on Wednesday we're back here at AutoNation Field for the rematch of FC Prime versus FC Surge. McCutcheon loses out. Good work on defence. I think that was the number 8 again, which is Kira Wilson. And a bit of room in midfield now coming into the final third for the Cyclones. Goes outside, puts it across the face of goal, and that was a wonderful chance to open the scoring for the Cyclones. Totally unmarked at the back post and couldn't get the killer touch on it and the first goal of the game. A little warning shot across the bows there from the Cyclones. McCutcheon really getting involved at the moment, trying to play Tordin through. But again, that's cut out at the back by number 28, Ria Vlachos. And that's a great ball forward into the area. This is another chance for the Cyclones here. And I think it takes a deflection. It might be a corner kick. And actually, the assistant is flagging for a goal kick. I like a seesaw. This game is tipping one way than the other. I'm just thinking that maybe Prime were getting into it, and now a couple of good opportunities for the Cyclones. It's up for grabs. Anyone's game at the moment, and of course, still a long, long way to go in this game. Morgan goes back to Martinez. I think it's Schlosser, who's usually plays fullback and has moved into the centre of defence, number 22. No, that is Tyler Vance. Tyler's pulled a little sneaky move on there because usually she doesn't have her hair up like that as the ball comes through. Looking for Johnston. Johnston just can't get that ball under control. Good stuff from the visitors so far. The Cyclones, ball over the top. This is another chance for the Cyclones here for the first goal of the game. And that's more good goalkeeping by Klein, and she's up smartly, taking control of the situation. Very good stuff by Skylar Klein. I can see the Prime coach, Russ Morgan, is up from the bench now. Hands on hips, thinking maybe about a couple of changes the last couple of minutes. This team have been a bit rocky at the back. Vance moves it across. Comes downfield. McCutcheon to Tordin. Tordin comes over to the right-hand side. And here she is, Jules Johnson. She looks up, fancies the cross here, and doesn't get hold of that nearly well enough. And that will be a goal kick. Very uncharacteristic from Jules Johnson. That such a threat from the right-hand side, but that time just slicing that attempted cross behind the goal. Improvised way of keeping the ball in play. Cyclones almost retain possession. Nice move there. Looking for Megan Morgan, but too close to the goalkeeper, and Adamush takes care of that one. It's a long ball used to good effect again by Cape Coral. The ball comes into the area. Crucial intervention there. Very well done by the defender. McCutcheon now pops up on the left-hand side. She got support from Master. Master plays it in here. And it comes to Tordin. Tordin tries to flick it past the defender. Doesn't quite come off. Nice touch there. And all the way back to Klein. Very calm in defence. Ball takes a bounce. A little bit of head tennis in the centre circle. And once again, McCutcheon seeing more of the ball. She's got plenty of room here too. Morgan coming forward into the area. And it flashed across the place of goal. And it was a little bit more threatening than I think anyone realised. Just needed someone following that in. Cape Coral are going to make some changes here. Looks like a triple change. They don't have a lot of options on the bench. So I think they're going to have to rotate these players quite a lot to be able to keep up with their prime in this sweltering heat in Davie, Florida this Sunday afternoon. So we have to wait for one of the substitutes to come all the way across the field to take this throw. And I think it is a throw. That cross-come shot didn't really go out of play until it got to this near touchline. So it will be a throw. Flick downfield. Vance is there. First time in by Vance. Looking for Morgan. Headed by Master. Tordin is there. And that's easy. For Adamush at the back in goal for Cape Coral Cyclones. Good head by Martinez. That goes all the way into the opponent's half. Morgan goes one way, then the other. And here's Vance. Vance clips it over, looking for Johnson. That's a crucial header. And Master on the ball now, directing traffic as well as keeping the ball under control. And in the end, it's a giveaway. And lots of room down the left. And the Cyclone trying to play it into the channel. That's going to be easy for Vance to mop that one up. get a substitution here. 20 minutes in, still waiting for the first goal of the game here at AutoNation Field in Davie, Florida. And it will be a corner kick to the Cape Coral Cyclones. Sent into a dangerous area. A couple of players go up for it, and it will be a goal kick. Must have come off a Cape Coral head. Prime have conceded a couple of goals this season so far from set pieces. As that goal kick is taken short, straight out to McCutcheon. McCutcheon downfield to Tordin. Tordin has some close attention, trying to get away from that and set Morgan off. Morgan cuts inside. Morgan now bearing down on goal. She's got to do it all herself. Still going, Morgan. And got the shot off, but straight at the goalkeeper. And good effort from Megan Morgan there. It's taking a little moment to get back up. No, she's moving okay. Literally burns if you go over on this kind of field in this kind of weather. It's probably one of those winds you're going to feel tomorrow morning. Wake up stuck to your bedsheet, having done a sliding tackle or something on an artificial surface. McCutcheon in firmly. Johnson as well, trying to get something going. But still, Cape Coral Cyclones sticking to their tasks very well here. And this is a great ball. And bearing down on goal here is the number 16. She's got half a chance here. She turns it into the centre. I don't think that was the best decision. She could have taken that one on herself. And that's a real shame. Lauren Ragazzone with half a chance. A reminder of FC Prime's partner, ravads.com, RAVads.com, free membership. Always free membership. And nowhere else can you find Disney tickets cheaper. Enjoy all the savings, ravads.com. And this has the feeling of the first water break of the game, which is a break that these players thoroughly deserve. So after 22 minutes, still no goals. Probably just about on points would give it to the Cyclones here. Had the better chances on goal. But this is still anyone's game. There's going to be a couple of interesting little timeout team talks here for the two coaches. But this is going to be about a minute of a water break, so don't go anywhere. This is still the first half. It just is. I really can't stress it enough. Steamy hot day down here. My colleague in the commentary box just getting bringing up the weather report, and it says like 85 degrees, but feels more like 97 or something like that. So we'll just take a little check on the standings here. Just let me put up the WPSL soccer.com website. We'll have a little look at how things stand here in the south. we are about halfway through the season. A couple of teams have played more games than the others. But Prime are top. Played 3, won 3 as of now. 9 points. A fourth win would give them 12 points, and really they would be have 1 foot in the playoffs. I think if they get a win here today. And right behind them is FC Surge. Played 4, won 2, lost 1, drawn 1. They're on 7 points. Boca Blast, they're on 5 points in 3rd place. And today's visitors, Cape Coral Cyclones, they're 4th. Played 3, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. And actually, they've scored 7 and let in 7 for a completely perfect 0 goal difference. 4 points in 4th place. And then bringing up the rear, the Gulf Coast Dutch Lions. 4 games, 4 losses, no points. We even have a little commentary box here, which is a treat because usually we have to sort of broadcast from the side of a field in a park. And we do have the AC running, and even that is barely making a dent in the weather here. But we've had a little hydration break, and we'll get back underway here with a throw-in for FC Prime. Nice move there by the number 25, Jules Johnson. We'll see if Prime can do a little bit of a better job of keeping some possession as this half gets into the later stages. Vance can't get a tackle in, and the Cyclones come down the right-hand side. It comes into the middle. They've got a player over on the left here if they can spot that. Instead, they want to go direct into the area. This is dangerous by the Cyclones. They still can't get this ball out, Prime, and it comes in and gratefully clutched by Skylar Klein in goal for FC Prime. Here's Morgan. Morgan given plenty of time to turn here. Sending the ball over towards Correa. A little bit of a change in system and approach here. Correa has just come onto the field during that water break. It looks like Johnson might have dropped off a little bit into midfield. So Prime coach Russ Morgan did have a little shuffle during that water break. Vance to McCutcheon. McCutcheon looks up and has to go backwards. Been a good game so far by the 8, the centre-back for Prime. My many apologies, I don't have her name on the roster. It's Deborah. There we go. Deborah having a cracking game at the back so far for Prime. Not a usual starter. It's usually Vance and Bastos at the back. And here is Tyler Vance. Loose ball from Tordin. We're still waiting for that first goal of the game here. We've had a couple of sniffs, mainly from the Cyclones. Here come the Cyclones again. Goes over to the right-hand side. Needs to be perfect from the defenders. And that's great strength. And it might come out to Correa. No, it's going to be a free kick. Straight through the middle. Again, looking for Morgan with that diagonal ball. And it's Isabella Fernandez de Cueto who was behind that attempted pass. Another player who's just come on the field during that water break. Well, we have a ball in the net, but it's in the net but by the side of the pitch, which doesn't count for anything, unfortunately. So it's still 0-0, and I think another couple of changes coming up for the Cyclones. I see a player and a Penny moving towards the referee's table. Great through ball. Here's another chance for the Cyclones here, and it just got trapped underneath her feet. Nervy moments there for Prime. 30 minutes of this game gone. I think Cyclones will be very happy if they can get to half-time. Tied up, 0-0. That'll be a good 45 minutes work for them, but I don't think Prime will be very happy with that. Really want to keep this perfect run going and get a fourth win today. Torden is allowed room to turn and just not clicking for Prime at the moment. They do have a couple of gears higher up than this. Here come the Cyclones again. Vance has got some work to do. Very smart play drifting into the middle and showed too much of it to Klein. Very well read by Skylar Klein. And the number 16 for the Cyclones, which is Lauren Ragazzone. Very intelligently cutting off Tyler Vance during that run. Just a heavy touch, showed too much of it to the goalkeeper. Here she is again, Ragazzone. Ragazzone has some support on the left-hand side. Deborah sends it forward and it finds its way to McCutcheon eventually. McCutcheon looking for Correa. Correa with a back to goal has to go back to McCutcheon. Just struggling to find a way through. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white jerseys back there defending. They're just a bit outnumbered here, Prime. Space in the middle of the park again for the Cyclones. I'm looking for one of those trademark Cyclones through ball, and it takes a deflection. Deborah has to go all the way back to Klein. Klein long downfield. Misses Cueto and it misses Morgan as well. And here come the changes for the visiting team. I think it's going to be 2 substitutions. One of the players going off is number 23. That's Olivia Bammel. I didn't see who the other player going off was. Cyclones choosing to keep possession at the back. Quite smartly done. Didn't give away the throw-in, kept possession. McCutcheon's calling for the ball. She's got a nice overlap here. And Correa has set off on a run. Correa's got some company. She's going to have to send this across first time. And I tell you what, that was, well, I think it's going to be a corner kick, actually. And from a narrow angle again. Half a chance for FC Prime. With 10 minutes remaining in this first half, we have a corner. I think it's Morgan to take it over from the far side. Actually, I think it actually has to be taken from the other side because that's the side it went out. So the fullback, number 5, will go over to take it. A few targets in there. McCutcheon is in there. Correa. Tordin is in there. Morgan is lurking on the far edge of the area. Corner kick comes in, a bit of pace on that, and at the second time of asking, they get a shot away, but it's going to be a free kick anyway, I think. And I think it might be for handball. And here is Morgan again. Wants to be positive. Morgan! And it goes across the face of goal. No one's attacking it. And that one's going to go out for another throw. Sent downfield. Good touch by the number 7. She's Michelle Haran. When I watched the Cyclones against Surge in the last game, Haran had a very, very good game. She's been quiet so far. I think she's been on the field the whole time. She's one of the star players on this team is coming forward. Again, it's Megan Morgan. Morgan sends the defender the wrong way. Morgan hits the woodwork. And that's the best chance of the game so far for FC Prime. And it's only the frame of the goal that saves Cape Coral Cyclones blushes there. The ball sent over, I think. Is that Haran looking for it? Yes, it is. A reminder that next game coming up is at 7:30 on Wednesday evening. It is free admission down here at Alternation Field in Davie, Florida, if you'd like to come down and watch the game. 2 local teams if you're in the area, FC Prime and FC Surge. Should be a good game. Underneath the floodlights here. And if you can't make it, that one will be streamed live on 11 Sports as well. Into the area, some good defensive work. And it's going to be a corner. Well, this game hasn't really caught fire yet. Ironic, really, considering how hot it is. And we are still waiting for the first goal of the game. Closest we've come is that shot that just thudded against the woodwork. Will we get something from the corner here? It's a decent delivery out, swinging onto the penalty area. Head goes up for it, but it will be Prime who clear this ball up. Downfield looking for Correa. Good work by Daniela Correa there. And Johnston trying to get Megan Morgan away. Morgan's given this defender a bit of a lesson so far. Here goes Morgan again. And it comes out to Tordin. A vicious shot by Pietra Tordin and dealt with well by Adamush. 5 minutes remaining in the half. Are we going to find a goal here in Davie, Florida? The first half of this WPSL Sunshine Conference Coconut Division encounter. And they're in behind again here. The Cyclones, some work to do for Vance. And Klein is there. She's done well with this chance that she's been given today by Russ Morgan, filling in for Ella Stevens. Certainly has had some work to do and has done that work quite well. McCutcheon to Correa. Screaming for the ball is Johnson, and Johnson a bit frustrated with that one. She's got bags of pace. George Johnson has, and I think she just wanted to set off on that run a little bit quicker. Loose ball. Here come the Cyclones again, but very unluckily, Haran falls over at a key moment. Shot from distance, and that one's an easy one for Klein. Good control by Correa. And Correa will leave it for the Cyclones to take their throw in. Nicely done by the team in white. And they still have the ball. That's a great move. And the number 2 over there on the far side didn't quite get the ball that she wanted. Cherniak sends it in. There's a player free here. It's Haran. Haran snatches at a shot and sends it wide. We're going to get some changes by Prime here. I think Morgan is going off, is she? She's talking to the coach. Johnston is definitely coming off. So Johnson and Morgan come off. And at the end of this half, a chance for a couple of the bench players to see if they can make the difference here. Goal kick goes downfield, and the FC Prime can't control that one. Good interception. Bit scrappy in midfield, but it's still Cyclones with the ball. We go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And I don't think the Cyclones will really be in a rush here. There's no great shakes if they don't score a goal in this half and they get in half-time at 0-0. And they'll be happy to go home with a point as the ball comes through for Tordin. Tordin is onto it like a flash. Tordin finishes cool and calm. It's Pietra Tordin, the first goal of the game. And it's Prime 1, Cyclones 0. Oh, the curse of the commentator strikes again. And I said that the Cyclones would be in no rush and they'd be happy with 0-0 and happy maybe getting a point, but they've conceded a goal at just about the worst possible time you can concede a goal in the first half of a soccer game, which is right at the end of the half, and it doesn't really give them a chance to get straight back into this game. And it changes the team talks for the coaches too. But here is Haran. Haran looks up. She does have a couple of options in there. And that one goes out for a corner kick. Good defending by Prime. And as the 45 comes up, we haven't really had too many stoppages in this first half, so I don't think we'll get much more down this corner. But it is a chance for Cape Coral Cyclones to level things up. Sent in, and it's a Prime player who gets it out. Good defense. The job is only half done here, though. And this could be anyone's ball in the area. Just couldn't even work out the goalkeeper with that header. The referee takes a look at his watch, brings the whistle to his lips, and then thinks again about it, and we will carry on with this goal kick. Looking for Correa. It's over the top of Correa's head. Some nice one-touch soccer there by the Cyclones. They still might have chance of one more. Haran from distance. And watched very well by Skylar Klein. And kept her concentration. And kept her team ahead. Correa controls that one. McCutcheon bursts away from the pressure. And Cueto sends it forward. A good header at the back by the number 20 for the Cyclones. Amanda De Silva. Nice turn. Here's Haran again. Drifts inside, sends the ball in. Skylar Klein comes out. Skylar Klein does very, very well again. And she should get a few slaps on the back at halftime, I think, Skylar Klein. And that is halftime here at AutoNation Field in Davie, Florida. And it is FC Prime who have the lead by 1-0. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. Well, folks, we've got the second half coming up for you here. Referee just getting ready to get us kicked off. Prime just casually getting back into position. And I think they'll be happy as we do get underway here for the start of the second half at AutoNation Field here in Davie, Florida, on the campus of NSU University. A lovely little facility. And story of the game in the first half, a pretty even encounter. But I think Cape Coral Cyclones will be a little bit unhappy that they had some good chances, couldn't finish them off, in part because of some great goalkeeping by prime goalkeeper Skylar Klein. And then right at the end of the first half, we had the first goal of the game, a powerful finish by Pietra Tordin. And that's where we are now, 45 minutes for Prime to hang on and to complete their perfect start to the season. They have 9 points on the board, 3 wins from 3 games. This will be their last home game of regular season play. Although we are back here on Wednesday for Prime versus Surge. Surge will be using this as their home field for that game. Bit of early territory for Prime. It comes to McCutcheon. Sent out wide. A little stumble, but it's still Prime ball going outside the defender, trying to get that cross in. And I think we'll get the first corner kick of the second half here. So a corner kick for FC Prime. And that is not what they would have wanted at all. It goes straight out and it will be a goal kick. If you're just joining us, the 2 teams today are FC Prime and Cape Coral Cyclones. FC Prime, the home side, are in the grey jerseys. Sponsored by ravads.com, RAVads.com. Free membership. Nowhere else can you get cheaper Disney tickets. Enjoy all the savings at ravads.com. And then in the white jerseys will be the Cape Coral Cyclones. Takes a fortuitous break there for the Cyclones. And under pressure, that ball goes... Well, it doesn't even go out. Somehow, Megan Morgan keeps it in. Megan Morgan is desperate to get something going here. She had some good chances in the first half, hit the crossbar as well. I think we're going to get another corner kick. Drilled in, and it takes a deflection and almost goes into the net. They'll get another chance here, Prime. Morgan shoots, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. And Adabouche sends it downfield. Vance misses it. The Cyclones can't make a move there, and they lose possession, and it comes downfield for Prime again. I think this is Johnson on the board. Johnson looks up and tries something from distance. Gets a little bit too much underneath that one, and that will be a goal kick. Header won by Morgan, but it's straight back to the Cape Coral defence. Vance tries to send that one back to Skylar Klein. Klein's got a bit of work to do here, and the UM goalkeeper sends it out into the stands. Safety first. A couple of University of Miami players on the field here. Megan Morgan, number 2. Actually scored a game-winning goal for the Hurricanes this season against the number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide. She's done everything but score here today. Skylar Klein, the prime goalkeeper, also on that University of Miami roster. Here come the Cyclones. Haran on the ball. Has support outside. Into the area. And, in the right place at the right time, FC Prime. And now they can bring it out. Great move. I think it's Master on the ball. Master trying to send away Johnston. And nice idea by the Cyclones. Doesn't quite come off. And a little shove of frustration there by the Cyclones player, the number 3 for the Cyclones, Sarah Paddock. I like to see that from a soccer player. I like to see a bit of desire and fight. McCutcheon sends it forward. I think Correa on the ball now. She looks up. The referee does a good job of getting out of the way. McCutcheon in possession. And a shot from distance by McCutcheon, and that doesn't miss by much. Not usually one for getting forward and taking shots, Maya McCutcheon. There was half a chance for FC Prime to double their money there. Here's a chance for the other Johnson to run with the ball, the number 30 for Prime. Nice little inventive pass into the area, doesn't quite come off. And I can actually see that some of the people who've come down here to watch the game have somewhat sensibly gone to sit underneath the trees over on the other side of the stadium, because sitting down on these aluminum bleachers is a bit like getting into a frying pan in this weather. We'll have a corner kick here. Had quite a few corner kicks for Prime at the start of this half. Dangerous ball in, but a good defensive header. And the shot on target. Well, the shot was not on target. Drifts wide of the target, and that will be a goal kick for Cape Coral Cyclones. 10 minutes of this first half gone. McCutcheon wins the header. Bit of a careless pass there, and it gives the ball over to the Cyclones. Vance has to go all the way back to Klein here. Klein will move it across to the right-hand side. Good work by the prime keeper there. And Prime will get a throw in out of this one. Taking quickly. Good battling by Correa. Correa uses her strength really well. And this is decent from Prime, moving into the area. Nice move. And a shot on goal straight at Adamouche. Can they get the ball away? Yes, they can. It's going to come straight back at them. Prime taking their time here. They have the 1-goal advantage. There's no rush for them. And in the end, it comes to nothing, and it will be a throw-in for the Cyclones. Well, I'd still say we haven't really reached absolute fever pitch in this game yet, but the game has had its moments, and maybe there's a chance here for the Cyclones to finally get out of their own half. And it's 3-on-3 at the moment, and that's a smart move to take Vance out of the game. If they don't slow this down, here's Haran. Haran moves it out. Here's a chance for the Cyclones, and a great stop by Klein. And it looks like we're going to get a throw in here. Well, I don't know how many good stops like that Klein has made now, but when the Cyclones have got behind the defense, they've just found this neon octopus, Skylar Klein, who can stop everything. Seems like she's got 8 arms. The Cyclones do win possession from the throw in here, but good work by Maya McCutcheon, and it will come now to Megan Morgan. Good feet by Morgan. Morgan to Correa. Correa does nicely. And Correa sends the ball through here for Jules Johnson. Jules Johnson still has quite a bit of work to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4 prime players coming forward. Johnston goes for goal. Can't get that shot past the defender. More good work by Prime down in that corner. Headed out only as far as McCutcheon. McCutcheon wants another shot, and that one goes just wide. We're going to have a change for the visitors. And a swap of the Pinny. Chance to get some fresh legs onto the field. It's Kayla Master on the ball. Master into Jules Johnson. Takes a little deflection, but still straight at the keeper. A big kick downfield. Vance does well there, standing up to, I think it was Haran who was lurking. If you are curious about WPSL, WPSL website, WPSLsoccer.com. Plenty of information on there if you are following these teams or interested in getting involved yourself. Thank you for joining us here on 11 Sports today. My name is Lee from Magic City Soccer, and all the technical considerations for this game provided by SoccerDroid. If you're in the South Florida area, seek out SoccerDroid, and he will film your games. May even do a little bit of coaching for you. Does a little bit of everything. Cape Coral determined to make something happen here. Sent the ball across, and they got something on it. That was a decent chance. So we're going to get 3 more changes here for the Cyclones. 15 minutes into this second half. So just about the hour mark of the game. Tyler almost forgot to take the ball with her there. Coming across well, the Cyclones defence. She's been everywhere, the number 11 for Prime. Again, not on my roster, but having a great game. Loose ball finds McCutcheon. And McCutcheon can't find Morgan with a pass. Morgan down the line for Correa. Correa turns away from pressure well. Correa trying to make an angle for the shot, trying to bend that one into the far corner. In the way was number 21 for the Cyclones. And now a chance, Cape Coral to break out. Haran is dispossessed nicely there. And that one just gets away from Jules Johnston. Could have been a chance for the second goal. Master plays it forward to Johnston. Johnston hauled back there. The referee doesn't see anything in it. And perhaps a little bit of a let-off for the Cyclones here. But Prime with the ball again. Into the area, just running into one of the defenders. I think that is Emily Hauser at the back. Well, you're never completely comfortable when you're only leading by 1 goal. But as we approach the midpoint of this second half, I kind of think that Coach Russ Morgan for Prime will would be happier with the second goal to give yourselves a bit of a cushion. Well, we shall see. McCutcheon is fouled. That's going to be a free kick. And she wants to take it quickly. But in the end, we'll have to leave it. McCutcheon to Vance. Vance looks up and brings it over to this left-hand side. Vance trying the diagonal ball there. There's a defender for the Cyclones in the way. It may still get to its intended target at the second time of asking. And again, a considered approach from Prime. A vicious little pass, but a little bit too much on it for Johnson by Kayla Master. And that will be the water break in this second half. So about a minute, 90 seconds of pause, and then we'll come back with the last part of this game. Don't go anywhere. We'll still be live on 11 Sports in a few moments. Well, okay, the drinks break is out of the way, and again, it's a drinks break that these players thoroughly deserve because it is boiling down there. And I have to say, the game hasn't really reached boiling point yet, but we have had one good goal and a couple of good chances, and again, Klein has to be on the spot and concentrating because that was another dangerous through ball, and the Cape Coral Cyclones have been been pretty threatening with those through balls. I'm quite glad that we kicked this game off early because there's some angry-looking clouds over in the distance. I think we're going to get a thunderstorm a little bit later on. Hopefully, Cape Coral Cyclones are well out of that on their trip home. I wonder how happy they will be on that trip. At the moment, they won't be, but if they could find an equaliser, I think that will make the trip back west a little bit more enjoyable. And Johnson runs out of room. The ball is still in play. Johnson did very well to keep going there. The Cyclones keep it in, trying to play that ball early. Deborah is there, goes back to Skylar Klein. Tordin has possession in the middle. Tordin still going. Tordin trying to find the pass. And again, has to go for goal herself, and nothing comes of that one. Yeah, I've been in this part of the world long enough now to know what those clouds in the background mean. And it means we're all going to get very, very wet if we don't finish this game in time. I think we should be safe for the next 15 minutes. Good stuff by Klein out to Martinez. Nice little 1-2. The ball comes to Megan Morgan. Morgan running at the defense like she loves to do. Morgan goes from distance and it thwacks against the American football posts. And that will be a goal kick. Morgan has done everything except score a goal today. And now, for good measure, she's not only hit the soccer posts, but the football posts as well. I'm wondering if there's a hat trick in here somewhere. What else can she hit? The corner flag, maybe? There we go. That'll be there. There's not a hat trick you really want on your record. Good stuff by McCutcheon. Good stuff by Prime. Very good stuff by Prime. And good goalkeeping by Adamouche for the Cyclones. Deborah back to Tyler Vance. Good footwork by Vance. So good with the ball at her feet, Tyler Vance. And there's a little bit of room here. And can FC Prime find a second goal here? No, good defense. Great little tackle. And that's going to be a free kick to FC Prime. Given away by the number 20 for the visitors. Which is Amanda da Silva. Tordin over the ball. And if any player can score from this distance, it would be Pietra Tordin. McCutcheon is going forward. Tordin. And it takes a deflection off the keeper. Who's going to get there first? Well, it's going to be Megan Morgan, I think, with the final touch. And it's the second goal of the game. FC Prime 2, Cape Coral Cyclones 0. Well, I can see a slightly calmer Russ Morgan over there on the prime touchline now. Instead of looking a little bit anxious with his hands on his hips, he enjoyed that second goal. And it's a long way back for the Cyclones now, and a bit of a shame. They've really played their part in this game, but it's just the difference has been the quality of the finishing, and that's the one thing that Prime have had over the Cyclones today. Both teams have created chances. Both teams have been pretty good on the ball and been pretty good at making some clear-cut chances, but only one team has been putting the ball in the net, and that team has been FC Prime. And they are now closing in on that 4th win out of 4. And Tordin's in the mood for more here. She goes down. The referee says they've got the ball. And now here we go. The Cyclones have a chance to cut this deficit. She's in behind it. She's just got to beat Klein and puts a bit too much on it. I think Klein did very well to stand up to Haran there. Haran wants a corner too. I think she'll get it. Well, I was literally just saying it. It's just the finishing that's been a difference between the two sides, really. And I think it was more good goalkeeping from Skylar Klein. It must change to your mentality when you see a neon goalkeeper hurtling out towards you. And Haran was close, but not close enough. But they do have a corner kick. If they're going to get anything out of this game, they need to score sooner rather than later. And into the near post. Everyone misses it. Danger there. And another let-off for FC Prime. And sometimes it also isn't about how well you play, it's how lucky you are. And their luck has certainly been in at some points today. Mrs. Morgan with that pass. Good tackle by Deborah. Great work by the centre-back. And is she going to get a free kick? No, the referee shakes his head. She can't believe it. Fuentes is left in the wake of Haran there. And this is Isabella Fernandez de Cueto with number 10. And the assistant waves for a free kick there. 2 players competing for that ball. And the referee just saying no more. Oh no, the referee's giving a yellow card. The yellow card goes to the number 19, Malaya Melancon. Well, actually, the first yellow of the game, and that came with just 10 minutes left to play. Shows what kind of game this has been. Ball comes into the area. Some work for Vance to do here. Vance stands up. McCutcheon comes across to help. I think it'll be another corner kick. Tyler Vance played her freshman year at Powerhouse program, Florida Gulf Coast University. And they won the ASUN conference, made it to the NCAA tournament. So Tyler's having a great season with the college side and also here with the FC Prime as well. Number 22. She's got some defending to do here. few players go up for it, and that's onto the roof of the net. And actually, the one good thing about this large cloud system that's moved in is it has blocked out the sun, which has given us all a little bit of relief. It's quite weird. We do live in a part of the world where in summer a cloud can be a good thing, not a bad thing. Kayla Master on the ball. She gives it to Fuentes. Comes into Tordin. Tordin sees a movement of Fernandez de Cueto, and they can't quite get that move hooked up. And it's a chance for the Cyclones. Cyclones running out of time here at AutoNation Field in Davie, Florida. And through the middle, that one will go all the way through to Skylar Klein. The number 10 for Prime, Isabella Fernandez de Cueto, attended St. Peter's in her freshman season and is actually a member of the Dominican Republic's national team squad. So we do have a few players here moving through those systems as the ball goes through. And I think it's Johnston on the ball. Support arriving from Tordin. Johnston goes, and then it's another field goal. Yeah, there's quite a few players in this part of the world playing for some of the WPSL teams who have college experience, but are also playing within national team systems. And Isabella is one of those playing for the Dominican Republic. For my money, the finest flag in all of the Caribbean. But that would probably be a controversial opinion. No, quite a few Dominican folks down here, and they always like it when you say nice things about their flag. They're very, 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 very in love with their flag, as they should be. Fuentes has covered that, but there's no pressure from the Whites. And Klein sending her team downfield. Decent kick out by Klein. Good header at the back by Kira Wilson for the Cyclones. Interesting little flick. Oh, and that is that's a very robust challenge from the 19 for the Cyclones. And she's in the wars a little bit here, Deborah. I think she's just taking a moment there. It was a hell of a clattering into. And there was too much malice in it, but it did seem to wind the number 6 for Prime a little bit. Also a big fan of her cleats. I love it when someone does the old school Adidas Copas with the white stripes. McCutcheon can't get that one under control. A nice move by the Cyclones. Into the area and just can't apply the finish. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm going on about it, but it really just has been the finishing, because that was a gilt-edged chance to pull one back. And Haran has not got her shooting boots on today, but she's getting in some very good positions. And they'll need to do that in these last 5 minutes, maybe to get a consolation. And I've seen stranger things happen, maybe a couple of quick fire goals to tie this one up. Short from Klein. Martinez forward. Looking for spin there, but it doesn't quite come off. Spinder is attending Daytona College in her sophomore year there. Correa comes forward, finds Tordin. Tordin looking for Spinder there, but a good interception. And a free kick for Prime. A little shake of the head by the number 19, Malaya Melancon. I think maybe a little bit of frustration. But it's been a close game. I think the Cyclones can hold their heads high, even though they're not going to get any points out of this game. Fernandez de Cueto wins that header quite nicely. And this just keeps at arm's length the Cape Coral Cyclones, keeps them in their own half. This is good for Prime. And here's a chance for the Cyclones to launch an attack. Big kick downfield. A good header. Johnston is away. Johnson drifting past one, then another into the area. And good covering at the back from the defence. Oh, this is going to suit Prime down to the ground. They're just bleeding time off the clock here, under no threat from their opponents. And it does look like they are going to get that fourth win and complete a perfect home record. This will be all 4 of their home games done. And they have won all 4. Knocked off Surge, the Lions, and of course the Cape Coral Cyclones here today. And there's a team I'm forgetting. Looking for Correa with that ball. Fuentes on the ball now. The fullback can't quite get the ball through to Correa. And with the time running out, time for me to pick my unofficial player of the game. And cheeky little shot by Johnson, and it will be a corner kick. I think I have to give it to Skylar Klein, the goalkeeper for FC Prime. I think there's been some great performances out on that field, but I don't think any one player has made more of a contribution to this game than Skylar Klein in terms of keeping that clean sheet and being really good at smothering those chances from the through balls, standing up to those one-on-ones, and being pretty good with her feet as well. So first start of the season for Klein, and I'm going to give her MVP. Uh-oh, here's Tordin. Tordin for the third. And you would expect her to hit the target from there, but a rare miss from Pietra Tordin. The player who got us underway with the first goal of the game. Could have added a second there. And one more last roll of the dice here by the Cyclones coach. Well, the time is up here at Alternation Field in Davie, Florida. We may get a little bit extra added on at the end of this half than we did for the first one. Been a couple of stoppages. And being stopped there is Tordin. A show too much of that to Correa. A little bit of a mix-up there between Correa and Spinder. And maybe a chance for a consolation here for the Cape Coral Cyclones. Looped forward, nice header by Martinez. And number 10 sends it forward looking for Spinder. And Cyclones trying to play it down through the middle. Fuentes is there. And now Vance gets it clear. And it will be Cyclones' throw. And that's a waste of an opportunity, and the throw-in will go the other way. Nice move by Correa. Correa looking for Tordin. Tordin can't quite bring that under control, but she gets after it. She's got 3 to aim for in the middle. Goes for goal. An easy catch, Radamush. Good work by Fuentes. To McCutcheon. And that is full time here at AutoNation Field in Davie, Florida. The final score is FC Prime 2, Cape Coral Cyclones 0. Thank you for joining us.